What is up, America? This is part two, Physical Geo East Asia. Quicker section, shouldn't take too long. Climate, vegetation, the fun, exciting stuff. Hope you dig it. Again, be ready for quizzes. Love you. Brief history. The Mongol Empire, led by Kublai Khan in the 13th century, ruled most of East Asia, including China. In late 13th century, they were trying to go over to attack Japan. They sent a huge fleet over, a bunch of ships and things. Got caught up in a typhoon. Typhoon is basically the same thing as a hurricane, uh, maybe a little less than a hurricane, but it's basically the same thing over there in Asia. They call it typhoon. They occur in this part of the world, but weather-wise, the climates of East Asia are very similar to that of the United States. Same latitude, similar climate zones, wide-ranging climate zones, so they're very similar to us as far as weather goes. The high latitude climates, when we're talking about stuff higher up on Earth, okay, and we'll go from here to the middle to the highs. The highs are generally to the top part. Generally have severely cold climates, tend to be very dry. Subarctic, small strip along Mongolia and China's northern borders with Russia, the subarctic area, very cold, very dry. The vegetation includes the evergreen forest and varieties of mosses. Not a lot of things can live there because it's that cold. The highland climate, mostly found in the western part of China. Temperature varies depending on where they're at, latitude-wise, up or down on the globe, and elevation. Severe climate and topography is a reason the area is so sparsely populated because there's not a lot of people here. The vegetation, forest, and alpine tundra. The mid-latitude zones, more comfortable to live in this area because the climate's more moderate. Land's productive. You get plenty of rain for agriculture. Some of the examples: humid continental, the northeastern part of China, North Korea, northern part of Southern Korea, and northern Japan are all humid continental. Coniferous trees and temperate grasslands, which are good for grazing, are in these areas. Other parts are humid subtropical, southeast China, South Korea, and southern Japan are humid subtropical. Deciduous forest in the northern part of the area, coniferous in the southern part of the area. Dry zones, the regions here include both steppes and deserts. There's very little vegetation, not suited for agriculture. I don't know, I keep saying that wrong. Obviously, you don't have vegetation, you're not going to be able to have a bunch of farm animals out there trying to survive if you don't have the ability to feed them. Semi-arid parts of the Mongolian plateau. The vegetation includes very short grasses. There are nomadic people who live there, and they'll use these small parts, these little areas of grasses for their livestock. So they have to travel around and have to find it. Desert, mostly found in the west central area of the mainland. The Taklamakan Desert in western China, the Gobi on the border of China and Mongolia. The Gobi is a prime area for dinosaur fossils. So that's kind of neat about the Gobi. If you didn't know that, now you do. Last slide here, tropical zones, mostly very wet climates containing rainforest, fairly small climate zone, small strip of land along China's southeastern coast, the island of Hainan and the southern tip of Taiwan are tropical. Hot temperatures, heavy rainfall, and high humidity every month of the year. Rainforest made up of tall, broadleaf trees. So this is that area of very humid. You're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to get some rain. It's going to be hot. Very small parts of East Asia are made up of tropical zones. That's it right there. That's section 3 or section 2. We got section 3 coming up in a second. Don't forget, their climate of East Asia is very similar to ours because of our location in the middle latitudes. Okay, that's very important.